For the second time today, Cory ran for her life. It would honestly be embarrassing if it wasn't so terrifying. She ran back through the streets of iron under Neulettia's roller coaster, stumbling over stones, treats, and iron bars. But every time she did not even stop to put herself together, instead using her hands to push her body back up and continue running. From above her on the roller coaster itself, the screams of delight had changed into shrieks of terror as the thick golden strings wrapped themselves around the roller coaster, squeezing the life out of it. Someone else might have noticed or cared about those screams, but Cory couldn't. She had to keep running. She had to keep moving. She had to run. But just like how you at home can only control this story so much, Cory couldn't change the fact that these strings far outpaced her, especially as, once she turned the corner, her cape got stuck on a broken piece of strutting, holding her in place. Oh, no, come on. Cory pulled at the cloak, which seemed only to get even further lodged in the bar as she pulled, and the strings got closer and closer and closer. And by the time Cory had successfully pulled her cloak out, she knew it was too late, as she was surrounded by the calamitous destruction of the roller coaster. Cory, who had been thrown back by the collapse, pressed her scraped hands to the ground. The hands, normally covered by thick white gloves, were now bare to the sky, but they were still able to push her up so that she could stare forward through dust and debris at the strings, which had not gotten her, and instead were crushed under the roller coaster. Cory, it turns out, had not simply pulled her cloak out from the roller coaster. She had pulled the support down itself, assuming such a thing was even impossible. The girl fell to her knees, refusing to turn away from the motionless strings or even blink, despite the protests of her wettening eyes. She then, out of routine, almost, looked down at her cloak. At its edges, it was now frayed, covered with dirt and with blood whose source she couldn't even begin to guess. Most frustratingly, at the point where it had been hooked, about 1/3 across the width of the back, a rip went up the blue cloak, effectively tearing it in two. Cory, mind you, could still wear the cloak, but she knew that the second he saw it, she would get an earful from her. Dad. Realization struck Cory as blood flowed to her face. Dad!
Cory may have stopped this group of strings, but that doesn't mean that the rest of Neulettia is safe, which is my question for you. How have Aggie and Mari in the same time responded to the strings threatening them? You can, but do not have to, include details related to the fact that Ness, Galatea, Apollo, Hopper, Lorraine, and Steven, the skeleton with the 8-ball in the head, are all here as well.